Alright, what is going on, guys? Provo's back again, coming at you with dude, let's just get right into it. Tokinada, Yamamoto, and Jushiro rerun. However, I do want to bring this up. Now, I get asked a lot, what do you think is going to be out of the month? And honestly, I feel like Spirits Are Forever With You Part 2, the story mode coming out, is kind of telling for who the characters are going to be. As you see here, they are showcasing Roka straight up without being in the background. You'll see here Azashiro, as well as Ura. You know what I'm saying? In the back, bro. It could be Azashiro and her. It could be Roka and Cien. This isn't Silaporo. I mean, it's part of Silaporo is part of it, but we'll see exactly what comes out at the end of the month. However, that being said, since this got shown, I do believe that at least one of the 4 of these characters are going to come out. I don't believe that a Beyond Bankai character is going to come out. For those that don't know what the hell a Beyond Bankai character is, it's literally just their quote-unquote power attained Beyond Bankai that KLab seems to be doing. So you'll see here that we do have Yamamoto, Shunsui, and Jushiro as a rerun, and then on top of that, they're actually throwing in Tokinada, Mind Hikoni, Power Nell, Tech Halibut, and Speed Baragon. Don't worry about this Grimjaw. And then yeah, so let's just get right into it. Honestly, this banner, in my opinion, is actually really good. I think that this is going to be the start of where we're going to get a lot of bait banners. Dude, end of the year is when KLab comes out with poll selection, which I personally think is the best value banner of the year. When I tell you guys 5 steps per banner as a new player, it's literally so that you have spare orbs so that you can throw into the poll selection. In my opinion, you're probably going to want to skip Christmas unless there is a broken Christmas unit, which there hasn't been a broken Christmas unit in maybe since Christmas Halibut. Like when Christmas Halibut came out, she was pretty busted. But anyways, going into it, Baragon, I don't really think that there is too much to talk about. I think that he's an okay character. My only issue is that, one, he didn't get Havoc like his Halibut counterpart that came out in the same banner, and 2, his 3rd strong attack is a 900 AoE. That really holds him back too much, in my opinion. His 2nd strong attack is going to be the same as Tokinada's, where it's going to be a vacuum into a pushback attack. And his 1st strong attack is going to be 2500 length beam. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm saying simply that I feel like that 3rd strong attack and no Havoc really holds him back in this new meta. However, since he does have that 2500 length beam, and since he's relatively put in, since he's like almost put in every banner that Tokinada comes out in, most people are going to end up pulling him. Since Tokinada is still an excellent unit. Berserker 20%, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, weakening on everything, built-in last ditch, Sprinter plus 1, Frenzy, and an Arankar killer. He is a good character. I'm not gonna say he's bad. He's not. Now Halibut, I feel like she's fallen off quite a bit, but mainly because of her 2nd strong attack. Now, she does have Berserker 40%, she does have Havoc, no status elements, which in my opinion, for a character with boost and barrier built into the character, I think it's fine. A Rankar killer. Now, where she falls off really is that her 2nd strong attack is a 630 AoE just around herself. Like, it's not something really too special. And I feel like this 2nd strong attack, nowadays when you have characters like Daddy Ichigo with like a 960 AoE, Giriko with the freaking 3 barriers to his entire team and a lunge built into it, you don't have to like throw yourself into the middle of enemies and put yourself in a huge minus position. I'm thinking of card games, excuse me. You don't have to put yourself in a negative position just to try to get a little bit of damage with this 2nd strong attack. 3rd strong attack is going to be a standard full screen. 1st strong attack is going to be a lunge. In my opinion, lunges are becoming a lot more outdated now that you have content like Ultra IT, where you don't really want to throw yourself into the middle of enemies. If you can do it safely from a distance, like a 3000 length beam like Aizen, or a the 750 by 750 like Art Book Ichigo, currently the only one who has that. But Art Book Ichigo also has like the 960 AoE, standard full screen 3rd strong attack just like Halibut. However, that 1st strong attack, not having to put yourself into a bad position, in my opinion, is why characters like Art Book Ichigo, Daddy Ichigo, Aizen are really, in my opinion, fan favorites, especially Machine Society Nemu. for Ultra IT content, like being able to not only, okay, do I have paint? Let me see if I can get paint. Like for example, like this is the example that I tend to give out, and let me see, let me do this, paint black into this. So like, would you prefer a 3000 link beam with this AoE where your character is safely across the map, or would you prefer to do a 570 AoE lunge which has like about this much range, and you have to put yourself into the middle of enemies, you know? Like, I'd rather a 3000 length beam attack all the way back there if I can, like especially in content like Ultra IT where the enemies will literally attack you as soon as they spawn. That stuff is super dangerous, and you'll notice that you'll end up dying a lot more with lunge characters than you will with 3000 length beam characters. And what happens when you die? You use a revive candle. What happens when you use revive candles? Eventually you might run out, and you do not want to use orbs to revive. Do I think Halibut's a bad character? No, I do think that there are better options. Now, Tokinada, Berserker 50%, normal attack damage built in of 45%, but he does have a boost built into the character. He has a transformation mechanic on his special move, causing him to actually reset his cooldowns, including his boost. So he is one of those characters that actually has like a built-in boost, and if you manipulate it, you can actually have an infinite boost built into this character for about 60 seconds. The way that you really manage that is you use your boost. After 19 seconds of the boost, you reset your you use your special move, you use your boost again. Now you have another 20 seconds. After 30 seconds, he's gonna run out of after 20 seconds he runs out of his boost, but after 30 seconds he resets his cooldowns, getting his boost again. So he has a little bit of a downtime, but overall still one of the best characters in the game. He is a ranged Soul Reaper killer, in my opinion one of the best when it comes to ranged Soul Reaper weak, and he also has paralysis immunity built in, and he also has guard break and flurry. Overall, you can't really go wrong with Tokinada. To this day, when it comes to epic raids, we almost always run like whenever Tokinada is bonus in epic raids, GG. Like, we usually go crazy with Tokinada, but that's I don't know if that's going to be a thing of the past. KLab has taken away epic raids for the most part. Like, if you check right now, literally epic raids is not even available, which really sucks. Alright, next on the list, Noelle. In my opinion, the only real value of this Nell is that whenever she has a Rankar killer against the enemies, since Rankars don't have a melee guard enemy yet, or at least as of this video, she does have a bruiser of 80%, she hits really hard, and she has a very unique normal attack damage string in which she uses a sprinter, she uses a flash step while she uses her normal attack damage string, causing her to be the fastest normal attack damage character in the game as long as you're able to one-shot the enemy. And that is a huge problem for her in this day and age, because unless you have her like max transcended, like characters in Ultra IT are not going to die in one hit to her because she doesn't have flurry. For those that don't know, bruiser 80% does hit hard, but it does not scale as well as flurry, and a lot of people still argue in the comments, but 100% bruiser is flurry. It's not. It's really not. So like, say for example, this character, like say she had 100% bruiser, right? Say she had 100% bruiser. Let's calculate this. Now, say I put 325 NAD links on her. Her damage is going to scale based on her normal attack damage, which is going to be 100% plus the extra 75. So it's going to be times 2 because of the 100 plus 100%, 0.75, right? So her damage is going to be 275. Now, what happens for a character with flurry, right? What happens with a character with flurry is you multiply it by 2, and that's multiply it by 1.75, and you'll see here that instead of 275, a character with flurry and 75 NAD as links actually hits significantly harder. Like, what's the difference here? 275, boom. A character with flurry over 100% bruiser is going to hit 27% harder. So that, in my opinion, is incredibly important. So I feel like this character falls off a bit unless you have her max transcended. That being said, in my opinion, she is one of the most fun normal attack damage characters in the entire game, easily. Grimjow, he got some precious butt cheeks, but that's about it. Next, we have Hikoni. Now, Hikoni, I think, is still really good. He does have Sprinter +2. He has Long Stride built into the character. So 3 flash steps, long stride, debilitator plus 5 seconds, weakening on everything. A melee Soul Reaper killer. His first strong attack is a lunge, which I think comes out a little bit slowly, but in my opinion, it's kind of justified. Like, he's a really good character. 800 AoE distant. This is a circular AoE. If you're familiar with the 960, it's pretty much the same. It's the same strong attack, except he doesn't have Havoc, which is unfortunate, and standard full screen. Now, when this character came out, he was absolutely busted, and to this day, if, like, honestly, at Max Transcended, if you get him, like, even 2 out of 5, I think he's worth working on, just because he is really, really, really strong, and weakening on everything. You can't really go wrong with that. Personally, for T20, I personally would go like full 7 damage boost, damage to weaken enemies, because he does have the long stride and sprinter built into him. I wish that you could get Havoc, but that's just a wet dream. Next on the list, Yamamoto. Personally, I think his only real use is Brave Battles. Built-in Last Ditch Poise, ignores Brave Battle invincibility, is literally his selling point. This character will let you bypass that 10-second YouTube mentality. Gotta pass the 10 minutes. The ignore Brave Battle invincibility will let you bypass that 10-second invincibility, which in my opinion is really, really, really good, especially when you're trying to save time overall. Like, this is a gacha game, right? Saving time is kind of important. Prevent Brave Battle healing built into the character, so you don't have to waste it as a skill for T15 or 20. Brave Battle temporary invincibility, so he has invincibility himself with being able to bypass the invincibility. And then he also has a bruiser of only 20%, Flurry, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, and Berserker 50%. Now, since he has Flurry, like I said, a low bruiser is not really too bad. Kind of sucks, but I mean, it's not really too bad. It only sucks because trying to use him in PvE content, he's not going to excel as much as other characters. Now, he has weakening and burn on all of his attacks, which is kind of funny because Tsukishima actually has a weaken immunity, but since Yamamoto also has a burn built into it, you got that. Also, for his immunities, he has drain immunity and weaken immunity, so he can screw over Jugram, and with the drain, he can screw over Tsukishima. And he also has sprinter. That's pretty much it. I don't really like lunge for strong attack, 800 AoE distance second, full screen 30. Literally has the same kit as Hikoni. Next, arguably one of the best mind characters in the game. I do believe he is third, only after Noelle and Daddy Ichigo. I see some people talking about Giriko being better than him. I don't believe so. Now, he is a Heart Link Stop Potions plus 5 character, which is really, really good. SAR 14 as a Link, which means that he gets his strong attacks back much, much faster. Soul Reaper Killer, Berserker 40%, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Frenzy, Guard Break, no Sharpshooter, which in my opinion, it's sad, but I don't think he really needs it, and Havoc 20%. Now, this character, in my opinion, is meant to farm Inheritance Zone. I think he's the best farmer for Inheritance Zone as the main runner. Honestly, I think Kisuke is still incredibly strong. Now, he has Enervator, which is a pulse-wide AoE for weakening, Sprinter plus 1, and then weaken immunity himself, which is really good. Going into his kit, he has a Beyond Width? Do I want to say, how do I say this? Like, he has a 3000 length beam, but he has a bigger width with 1020 as the width, which is really good, so that's some crazy range on that. His second strong attack is going to be a 630 radius, but it is a homing vortex. Now, keep in mind, this is not the same as Byakuya or Aizen, where he doesn't have that 960 AoE circle in front before his vortex. It's literally just the vortex. That being said, if he were to have a crawling vortex, having a 50 hit homing vortex with a 16-second cooldown, in my opinion, is still really broken. And then his third strong attack is going to be a charge skill, the same as 5th Anniversary Ichigo, where it is 840 AoE distant radius, which is good. And then he also goes all the way up to 1080 AoE distant radius, which is great, considering that you double your damage if you decide to hold it for 3 seconds. Excellent for being the main runner in Inheritance Zone. And last but not least, of course, in my opinion, probably the best character in the entire banner, Jushiro. Now, Jushiro is absolutely insane and probably one of my favorite normal attack damage characters to ever be released. First and foremost, he has a bruiser of 60% with Flurry, with Guard Break, with multi-barrier, which means that he's going to get 5 barriers and his allies are going to get 3. This makes him one of the best characters for Ultra IT. He is so good, and if you thought Giriko was good, this character is so much better. Now he has a built-in boost with the barrier on top of that, with Enhancer plus 10 seconds, Debilitator plus 2 seconds with Drain on all of his attacks, so he's a bit self-sufficient. He's going to heal himself occasionally, and then on top of that he has Speed Attribute capped in normal attack damage plus 20%. Now when we were talking about Noelle, right, we do have let's talk about the Flurry, right? Now, Yamamoto has Flurry, and he also has a 20% bruiser. So let's just say the 240 right here, and let's just say that this Yamamoto has 75% nat. I just want to give you an idea. So this is the Flurry. Click. 100 times 2 for the Flurry, times times 1.95 for 75% normal attack damage as the links plus the 20% bruiser. You'll see here that Yamamoto would deal 390 damage. Now let's calculate what Jushiro does with the same links, all right? And I get that they're not the same color. I just want to give you an idea of how much damage this Jushiro does inside of PvE content, considering that he has Guard Break, multi-barrier, and this isn't even taking into account the boost effect, right? So let's just go into it. Times 2 for the Flurry, multiply that by 60% bruiser built into the character, plus 75, you know, it's early, let me do 60 plus 75, I'm pretty 135, yeah, okay, so it is 135. So let's do 100 times 2 for the Flurry times 2.35 for 75% normal attack damage as links, plus 60% bruiser built into the character, plus the 20% from the speed attribute capped in normal attack damage plus 20%. That gets calculated after, and now you're dealing 564 as opposed to the 390 that you were dealing with the Yamamoto. And that's not even taking into account the boost that you get built into the character, which usually accounts for, I think, 28% extra damage. So you're dealing 721 with the boost. Now, sure, you can boost Yamamoto, but Jushiro got Guard Break, and Jushiro got multi-barrier. Jushiro, I mean, I guess Yamamoto got Poise too, but either way, Jushiro's a beast. He's insane. And he also has Freeze Immunity, which is excellent, and then Sprinter +1. This character's nuts. He has the 18% range collision magnification for strong attack, which normally I hate the strong attack, but since he's a normal attack damage character with Guard Break, you don't really have to worry about doing this to break a guard. You're using this literally, oh, you know what, I took a bit of damage, let me try to get my full stamina damage boost back from T15 or T20, and then his second strong attack is also going to not just be a regular boost, but it's actually a 625 by 625. This is going to be the same strong attack as Bankai Shuhei, the same strong attack as Arbok Ichigo's first, so you have some pretty good range on that. Obviously he doesn't have the havoc that Arbok Ichigo has, but it's still a good strong attack because it has a lot of hits on it for being a boost, right? It's just a boost attack that has some crowd control, and then standard full screen third strong attack. I still believe that this character is probably one of the best characters to be released. I do think that he's top 2 speed characters in the entire game, which is saying something considering that, in my opinion, the best speed character in the game is currently 5th Anniversary Byakuya for his versatility and flexibility in all content in the game. Now, do I think he clears faster than, say, someone like 1000 Year Blood or Ishin? No. But I don't think that matters when it comes to safety. Like, being able to use this character and having nobody complain as long as you actually worked on the character is insane. Like, that's a testament to this character, because you don't normally want normal attack damage characters in your lobbies when it comes to content like Ultra IT. Now for Epic Raids, that's one thing, but like I said, since Epic Raids have been deleted from the server, thanks KLab, this is just nuts. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. Do I think you should summon on this banner? Honestly, if you're missing these characters, yeah, go for it. This is actually a really good value banner. Yamamoto, best Brave Battle character in the entire game for now. We'll see how that goes. Shunsui, best mine character for Inheritance Zone, and on top of that, he's an excellent character just overall. And then Jushiro, literally, in my opinion, one of the essential characters to have. I do think that if it's between like 5th Anniversary Byakuya and Jushiro, I think that Jushiro, having both is good. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Guys, grind. I'll catch up. Hit me up. Stay blessed. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. If you have 2 of these characters already, I highly recommend you skip this banner. End of the month should be crazy, and if it's not, then just save your orbs and then summon on the poll selection banner that has 6th Anniversary Aizen, Arbok Ichigo, Machine Society, Namu, Spirit, Swimsuit. I was gonna say Spirit Society. Imagine a Spirit Society Retsu sound kind of sexy, though, I'm not gonna lie. But a Swimsuit, Retsu, and like it's just gonna be a really good value banner. And then end of the year banner is gonna be crazy as it always is. We've gotten Owetsu, Daddy Ichigo, Captain Rukia, Unohana was like insane for her time. 1,000 Year Blood or Unohana. So we'll see what's up. I do genuinely believe that there are much better banners coming out. That being said, if you're missing these characters, man, this is not a bad banner at all. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Stay blessed, y'all. You have a great day. Let me know in the comments below how deep you guys plan to go in on this banner. Personally, I honestly, I was gonna save for end of the month, but I might do 5 steps here. I'm not gonna lie, I do want these characters. My only issue is that I have this bitch 5 out of 5, I have this butch 5 out of 5, and I have this piece of garbage at 4 out of 5. He's not garbage. I just wish he got habit.